What's up, guys? I'm an AUSSIE Metalhead. I'm currently listening to 150 classic albums by the end of the year. In the past like 4 days, I've listened to 10 or done 10 video reactions, which you can all find on my Patreon uncut. So this might be popped up on YouTube a lot later, but yeah, if you want to get a whole litany of classic albums, they will be on my Patreon. I have about 40, 50 albums in general. And if you've seen this and it is near the end of the year, because I don't know when I'm going to upload this, I might have the entire list, which I can put up here, of my classic album reactions. Yeah, so I was feeling, because I've been doing 2 albums a day, reaction wise, I've been feeling I want a bit of a chill album. I know that Dr. Dre's The Chronic is a G-Funk album, which is, to my knowledge, rather chill. My favorite album from 1992, rap-wise, that I've heard is Mecca and the Soul Brother, which I want to see if The Chronic stacks up to that, because NFR Podcast, which is one of the biggest rap podcasts, they had a discussion on which album they prefer the most. I was surprised when I heard Mecca and the Soul Brother brought up, because I've never heard someone talk about that album, but that album's really good. If you haven't listened to it, I implore you to check it out. But then the other co-host said The Chronic was the best. I've heard of The Chronic. It's on every single top album list. So let's just jump into it.
Welcome to Death Row.
Like we always do about this time.
For a brief background, I haven't heard any NWA. I haven't heard any Ice Cube or whatever. I've heard like maybe 1 or 2 songs, like "Fuck the Police" or something like that. Like what just a natural person would hear, no matter what. I haven't heard anything off The Chronic apart from Nothing But a G Thing, maybe. It sounds familiar. It sounds like something I've heard before. So I'm going in really blind with this. I'm sorry if this is not the best starting point. It's just like the most well-known, amazing album that people talk about with the NWA crew, which is The Chronic. So I thought to start here. If you want me to listen to other albums first, in what order, just drop it down below, and I'll get into it.
Death Row Records, creeping while you're sleeping. Niggas with attitudes? Nah, low. Niggas on a motherfucking mission. What up, niggas and niggas? That crazy ass niggas back in the motherfucking his ales. The notorious Compton G, D-R-E on the solo tip. Fuck them other fools.
Also, I don't mean to spark any animosity or anything like that. I haven't listened to a lot of Western hip hop. So I am actually quite happy to jump into it this time, because I've listened to a lot of hip hop from, I think, like the Midwest. If you I don't know if you consider like Chicago and Detroit the same, that sort of thing, like that area, and East Coast hip hop. So I have an affinity for that, but I haven't delved too much into Western hip hop. I've even listened to more like Southern hip hop with T.I. and stuff like that than even Western hip hop. I really liked Kendrick, but I haven't listened to any Tupac. I haven't listened to any MWA. I haven't listened to any Dr. Dre. So this is like a one of my first jumping off points listening to Western hip hop. Oh, West Coast hip hop.
Yeah, dropping chronic flakes on your ass, biatch. West Coast flavor. Niggas who talk shit get dealt with real quick. So if you wanna take a trip to the road, let a nigga like Snoop Doggy Dogg know. Protected by niggas with big dicks, AKs, and 187 skills. So if it's a must you test us, we can handle it in the streets, nigga. Fuck making records.
I think like there's definitely a different vibe. Maybe Kendrick like GNX sounds very West Coast, even though I don't know what West Coast sounds like. I just know GNX sounds like it. And the same way that like if you listen to a Busta Rhymes or something like that, you just know it's from the East Coast. And I find that very interesting, like the differences between the West Coast and East Coast sound. Like East Coast is like grimy and like I don't know, like you're in a Brooklyn basement or something like that. But like West Coast, if just due to like geography and stuff like that, it kind of just feels like it's on like sunnier beaches and stuff like that. And it's interesting to hear that sort of influence, because it would make sense that like is what would affect the music it is like that's where you grew up and stuff. But like I don't know, it's just kind of funny where you can kind of place where it is and like what environment they grew up in just from like the sounds, when they shouldn't be linked. That it doesn't necessarily like in a vacuum, it doesn't necessarily sound like it would be on the beach, but I kind of just feel like know it, like all those associations, despite the fact that I'm very like I live on the other side of the world and I haven't listened to much West Coast, but like I can just instantly have these associations with just the beats on this song even here. It's interesting.
Yeah, G's up, hoes down. If that bitch can't swim, but she bound to Drizzy. Peace to my nigga Drizzy. Another platinum hit, nigga. Peace to the DOC. Still making it funky enough. And Death Row Records is in full motherfucking offense in. Oh yeah. P.S. Fuck Mr. Rourke and Tattoo, aka Jerry and Easy. Sincerely yours, these motherfucking nuts. I don't.
It's I can also like kind of see like the pronunciation and how the rap flows here. Reminds me of Eminem, like or at least the parts that I have heard. So it's interesting that like Eminem's flow, despite being Detroit, Michigan, I'm pretty sure, right? Um, like you can hear the Dr. Dre influence, even not just from like the beats, but from like his rap style as much, which I find I don't know, that's like a nice little detail.
Easy. I don't love Jerry. I don't love Ruthless Records. Frankly, I don't love nothing they got to do with. But you know what I want them to do for me? Jerry Easy, check this shit out here. I want y'all to put these bizzos in your jizzos and work them like a strizzle. And tell me what your sis are. Yeah, you know what? You know what? Fuck all y'all. Fuck y'all. Really?
Like I know it's like sort of skitty and stuff like that, but like honestly, for 1992, this stuff like reminds me of a lot of stuff that I've heard like recently, and maybe in ways that I wouldn't have ever expected. Like the pronunciation with like Trizaz, Scissor, Jizzaz, all of this like sort of like funny, jovial sort of stuff reminds me very a lot of like modern day trap or like I don't know, even like a tiny bit of like a Playboy Cardi or something like that with like the yeah, which I never would have thought that I would have expected because I like my understanding of trap music and all of that kind of came from like to my understanding it's like 3 6 Mafia and that sort of thing, which I still need to listen to, and it came from like Atlanta and Southern hip hop more so. That's where like trap scene I'm pretty sure mainly comes out of. But like even like 1992, this is really early on, right? Like the pronunciation, the flows, like the vibe of this like passage here reminds me of modern day hip hop a lot, which I don't know, like that's like I don't know, it's an interesting little tidbit because from my understanding, it's like 3 6 Mafia, Southern hip hop was the like breeding grounds for that sort of thing, like a mixture of like 808s and Heartbreak from Kanye and like Southern hip hop, 3 6 Mafia, that sort of like trap, all of that culminated to be what modern day hip hop is. But I can see remnants of it in this album, and this is so like this is like what 33 years old now, like that's crazy.
It's that right, nigga. You better ask somebody. You really better ask somebody. Yeah, nigga. You's a penguin looking motherfucker. Yeah. Hell yeah. Know what I'm saying? Mr. Buster, where the fuck you at? Can't scrap a lick, so I know you got your dick on hard. From fucking your road dogs, the hood you threw up with, niggas you grew up with. Don't even respect your ass, that's why it's time for the doctor to check your ass, nigga. Used to be my homie, used to be my ace. Now I wanna slap the taste out your mouth, make it by.
Oh, I like this is kind of really sick. Just I have this in every single classic album reaction where it just kind of informs like my understanding the history and patterns of all of the music so much. But like this is so cool because like I I know that at this point in time, if you said something like this, I assume that I know because of the beef towards West Coast and East Coast. But like the flow here actually reminds me a lot of the very limited that I've heard of Biggie and like his sort of like flow and cadence and that sort of thing. And that's like I don't know, just like seeing how all these influences interconnect and stuff is so fascinating. I love it. It makes it so much more rich and palatable. And then on top of that, um, this sounds like it could be weird, but like I didn't know because I haven't heard the Chronic and I haven't really heard much. I've like I know about it, but I haven't really heard what it sounded like before I have started listening to it. A lot of it sounds like music that I would just expect from my like. It reminds me of my childhood a lot, like with San Andreas, Vice City, that sort of thing. Just like what was playing on like the GTA radio, this sort of beat, this sort of thing, which is so neat to me because it is. I haven't had much like experience with it apart from just those games. Um, which is like a very isolated point of view, obviously. But like that's so cool. Like it, I don't know. I'm already like ingratiated with it because it's like, oh, this is where the sound what comes from. And it's like I could have thought of this if I just sat down and was like, oh, what? But like I could have like realized this. But having this realization now is like kind of cool. I like it.
Down to the road, fucking me, now I'm fucking you, little hoe. Oh, don't think I forgot, let you slide, let me ride, just another homicide. Yeah, it's me, so I'ma talk on, stomping on the easiest streets that you can walk on. So strap on your Compton hat, your lokes, and watch your back, cause you might get smoked, low. And pass the bud, and stay low key, BG, cause you lost all your homies' love. Now call it what you want to. You fucked with me, now it's a must that I fuck with you. Yeah, that's the fuck I'm talking.
I haven't listened to a lot of more funky rap. I've definitely listened to a lot more lately, like jazz rap and like boom bap and stuff like that. I really need to get into more funk. I actually don't even know which albums apart from the Chronic that is like mostly funky. I would love to know more like funk style rap because this is a very it feels a lot more newer and fresher because I've listened to like 500 albums in the last like 4 months. Um, and yeah, I've listened to a critically low amount of funk-based music, and I would love, yeah, that'd be sick.
We have your motherfucking record company surrounded. Put down the candy and let the little boy go. You know what I'm saying? Funk motherfucker.
Bow wow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay, doggy dogs in the motherfucking house. Bow wow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay.
This is not what I expected Snoop Dogg to sound like. Like my understanding of Snoop Dogg is like living young, wild, and free, like Snoop Dogg from like 2011. Like this, he sounds like is that's so interesting because I'm pretty sure it was Snoop Dogg on the original track that made me think like, oh, that kind of sounds like Eminem. This voice of Snoop Dogg, like completely foreign to me. Like I've never heard it before. I've only heard like what he sounds like recently, which I didn't know was like a newer affectation, if that makes sense.
Rose in the motherfucking house. Wow wow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay. The sounds of a dog bring me to another day. Play with my bone, would you, Timmy? It seems like you're good for making jokes about your Jimmy. Well, here's the Jimmy joke about your mama that you might not like. I heard she was a Frisco dyke, but fuck your mama. I'm talking about you and me, toe to toe. Tim M-U-T, your bark was loud, but your bite wasn't vicious. And the rhymes you were kicking were quite bootylicious. You get what doggy dog, oh, is he crazy? With your mama and your daddy hollering, baby. So what that lets you know? That if you fuck with Drake, nigga, you fucking with Death Row. And I ain't even swinging them things. I'm hollering 187 with my dick in your mouth, bitch.
Yeah, nigga. Compton and Long Beach together on this motherfucker. So you wanna pop that shit, get your motherfucking cranium crack, nigga. Step on up. Now, we ain't no motherfucking joke, so remember the name. Mighty, Mighty DR. Yeah, motherfucker.
Now understand this, my nigga Drake can't be touched.
Luke's bending over.
So Luke's getting fucked, buster.
Musta thought I was sleazy. I thought I was a mark, cause I used to hang with Easy.
Animosity made you speak what you
Yeah.
spoke. Hey, yo, Drake.
What up?
Chip this nigga off, low.
If it ain't another hoe that I got to fuck with, gap teeth in your mouth so my dick's got to fit.
With my nuts on your tonsils. While you on stage rapping at your whack ass concert.
And I'ma snatch your ass from the backside and show you how Death Row pull off that hoop ride.
Now you might not understand me.
Cause I'ma rob you in Compton and blast you in Miami.
Then we gon' creep to South Central on a street knowledge mission.
As I steps in the temple, spotty got him as I pulls out my strap. Got my chrome to the side of his white socks.
You tryna check my homie, you best check yourself. Cause when you diss Drake, you diss yourself.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, nigga.
So I don't want no real life, and you do make the bitches know the ball, and you promise I didn't start fucking with me.
Yeah, 9 Deuce, Dr. Dre, dropping Chronic once again. It don't stop. Punishing punk motherfuckers real quick like Compton style, nigga. Doggy dogs in the motherfucking house. Yeah, Long Beach is in the motherfucking house. Yeah, yeah, straight up.
it's so interesting with Dr. Dre's beat here, where like it's so familiar, and I've heard these, I don't know what sound it's like, the staticky sort of element, or like the electric sort of element there is like such a like prominent feature that I've heard so often throughout my life, that it makes the beats in this album feel so much more timeless because of how influential they have been, which is, I don't know, it's just really nifty. It's like, as I said, like finding all of these things in being interconnected and having all these realizations is it's so fun and cool. I love it.
Really though, breaking all them suckers off something real proper like. You know what I'm saying? All them sucker ass niggas can eat a fat dick. Yeah, Easy E, Easy E, Easy E can eat a big fat dick. Tim Dog can eat a big fat dick. Luke can eat a fat dick.
Also, I might have actually gotten like I spoke about it, but I still actually don't know who's Snoop Dogg and who's Dr. Dre. I'm assuming this is Snoop Dogg because it at least feels somewhat like that. But I haven't really heard Dr. Dre rap ever, so I can't really figure out who. Like Doggy Dog, yeah, this like I don't know. I actually have no clue.
Biatch.
What happened to baby? You look good now, you can't.
Also, as a jumping off point, I am starting to see, and I can see what like how. Well, I haven't listened to Lauryn Hill or the Fugees or anything like that, but and I haven't listened to much Outkast. But I've listened to Kanye, and I remember early Kanye's the three biggest um like influences off on Kanye was Miseducation of Lauryn Hill was named, The Chronic, and Outkast. And I know at least like I've heard some of the songs from Outkast, like Miss Jackson and stuff like that. I haven't heard anything from Dr. Dre, and I haven't heard too much of Miseducation. Like I haven't heard any Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, but I've heard like some of the like bigger songs off of the score, and I can kind of see where like the remnants of Kanye West's productions style, that sort of thing, like with the last track with like the female vocalist, that's sort of incorporation into the beat and adding layers and stuff like that. That is a very much like Kanye style from what I like from my experience. Like when I'm listening to College Dropout, there's a lot of that. Like I don't, you would not have an All Falls Down without the Chronic, it seems. Just in um like composition of using like samples, that sort of thing. And I just didn't know that. Like I knew he was influenced, but I didn't know like what parts of the Chronic was influencing it. Like College Dropout. But now I can see it. Yeah, that's cool.
Long time I watch you, I want chat to you, and you go on like you don't want chat to me. So what happened, Dre? Tell him what the fuck I go on now.
Creeping down the back street on D's. I got my Glock cocked cause niggas want these. No sooner as I said it, seems I got sweated by some nigga with a Tech 9 trying to take mine. You wanna make noise, make noise. I make a phone call, my niggas coming like the Gotti boys. Bodies being found on Greenleaf with the fucking heads cut off.
All right, like obviously I know this is Dr. Dre now. Dr. Dre's voice is quite great. I remember like I've literally only ever heard that Dr. Dre isn't a great rapper, he's just a great producer. But he has a really good voice. Like I think I prefer his voice to Snoop Dogg's. And I feel like Snoop Dogg is often touted as like a better rapper than Dr. Dre. I haven't listened to Doggy Style, of course, but like voice wise and just like presence wise, I think I appreciate Dr. Dre more. And he gets like shit on like he shouldn't be on like a top 50 rappers list because he's more of a producer and stuff like that. My issue with a lot of those lists anyway is the fact that like they care more about technical ability than they do about like the art that is being created. Like on a technical level, top 50 rappers, I can understand where it's like, oh, you want to put all your Eminems, all of your Kendrick Lamars and stuff like that at the top, which like they should be up the top. But um, like lyrical rappers, I feel like get too much of a boost up, and it kind of makes sense because rap is about the rap technique. But I feel like when I'm thinking of best rappers of all time, I'm not thinking who can spit the most entendres. It is who is making the best music within the rap style. That's how I view it. And it feels like maybe the like list should be best rap artists and stuff like that. But yeah, even if we're just talking about rapping like technical ability and stuff like that, like from like flow and charisma and cadence and all of that sort of thing, like Dr. Dre is lauded a lot lower than he probably should be from my personal first like experience with listening to him. Because like there's like 50 Cent was like number 17 on like Complex's list, but like Dr. Dre was 43, and 50 Cent has a is really good. Yeah, like but like I don't know. There's like surely there are like people that are worse than Dr. Dre that was on that list that was above him. Like yeah, I don't know. I'm going on tangents, but it's like I feel like Dr. Dre's like actual rapping ability and style and like presence on a mic is underappreciated because they often push him down as like, oh, producer rapper sort of stuff.
I'm Dre, so listen to the play-by-play, day by day, rolling in my phone with 16 switches, and got sounds for the bitches, cocking all the riches, got the hollow points for the snitches, so won't you just walk on by, cause I'm too hard to lift, and no, this ain't Aerosmith, it's the motherfucking DRE, from the CPT, on a riding spree, a straight G, hop back as I pop my top, you trip, I let the hollow points commence to pop, 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 yeah. Cause if it don't stop, I have to put my shit in reverse, go back and take another spot, cause I'm rolling in my 6-4. With all the niggas saying, hell yeah.
What's like streaming numbers on this track? Because this one's I prefer this one to the last one. It is at least in the higher ones. Holy moly! I've listened to that was the widest thing I've ever said. I am white, but like yeah. I never say holy moly. I know the whole the plays. This is I don't like that's insane to me. That this is so small. This is way too small for an album like The Chronic. Like, did The Chronic come to streaming services late or something? Because these are like unbelievably small numbers. It makes no sense to me. Like that makes no sense to me. Like I've seen other like I'm sorry for going on the tangent, but I'm actually just gonna look it up. Pete Rock and CL Smooth, Mecca and the Soul Brother. This one's like considered a more underrated album, and I feel like low key it doesn't have it has like half the streams I guess, but like it doesn't have that much different. And like The Chronic is constantly referenced and constantly spoken about. That is so strange to me. That is so strange to me. And it actually makes me think that like if I'm looking at a lot of these tracks, obviously Snoop Dogg is a feature on a lot of them, but I feel like Snoop Dogg is a much bigger draw, I guess, because like I don't know, maybe it doesn't cleanly follow, but like the big tracks usually seem to have just Snoop Dogg on them.
Hell yeah. Just another motherfucking day for Dre, so I begin like this. No medallions, dreadlocks, or black fists. It's just that gangster glare with gangster raps. That gangster shit makes the gangs of snaps. Word to the motherfucking streets. And word to these hype-ass lyrics and dope beats that I hit you with, that I get you with as I groove in my 4 on D's. Hitting the switches, bitches relax while I get my proper swerve on. Bumping like a motherfucker, ready to get my serve on. But before I hit the dope spot, gotta get the Chronic, the Remy Martin, and my soda pop. Now I'm smelling like Indonesia. Bus stop full of fly bitches and skeezers. On my dick, cause my 4 on hit. Pancake front and back, side to side, and all that shit. So when I crawl, I comes correct. Now if your bitch in my shit, it's your bitch you check, nigga. Now let the Chevrolet slide as I dip and make a trip to the south side, yeah.
Rolling in my 6-4.
What all the bitches saying? Hell yeah. What all the motherfucking bitches saying? Know what I'm saying? Check this out. The sun went down when I hit Slauson. On my way to the strip, now I'm just flossing. Checking my rear view, cause niggas they will do jack moves. Black fools, cause I smack fools. Trying to set me up for a 211. Fuck around and get caught up in a 187. But I don't represent no gangbang. Some niggas like lynching, but I just watch them hang. So on and so on, why don't you let me roll on? I remember back in the days when I used to have to get my stroll on. Did nobody wanna speak? Now everybody peeping out the window when they hear me beating up the street. Is it Dre? Is it Dre? That's what they say every single motherfucking day. Yo, but I ain't tripping, I'm just kicking it. While my D's keep spinning and these hoes keep grinning, I'll be
Rolling in my 6-4.
what everybody's saying.
Yeah, this the last track was like I didn't see any flaws with it, but it didn't catch me. This song has 100% caught me. Like this, ooh, I love this one a lot. Yeah, this one's really groovy. Like that, I could see myself listening to this quite a fucking lot.
Hell yeah. What everybody's saying. Hell yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know it ended. That was a cool transition.
If you ain't down for the Africans here in the United States, period, point blank, if you ain't down for the ones that suffer in South Africa from apartheid and shit, damn it, you need to step your punk ass to the side and let us brothers and us Africans step in and start putting some foot in that ass. Break 'em off, son. 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 I got my finger on the trigger, so niggas wonder why we're living in the city. It's do or die. I got my finger on the trigger, so niggas wonder why we're living in the city. It's do or die.
Them when they wear me belly, them don't really understand. The reason why they take me long and me on hand. Me not out for peace and me not Rodney King. Me gun goes click, me gun goes bang. Them rioting in Compton and them rioting in Long Beach. Them rioting in Lakers, them don't really wanna see. Niggas start to loot and police start to shoot. Like a stand at 7 o'clock, barricaders like Beirut. Me don't show no love cause it's us against them. Them never ever love me cause it's forced to rebel and kill at my own risk. If
I feel like I'm gonna say like a very like tired trope, spoken about, but like I feel like it still has value to it, even if it can come off like I don't know, cliche. It is really sad that a track because this track sounds fucking phenomenal. A track, I'm assuming just because of the political nature of it, has this little streams compared to the other tracks. Because this song, I might like it more than the last one, and I loved the last one, right? But like I would say that at least these two tracks are better than Fuck with Dre in my opinion. And this one has unbelievably less streams. And there's like a lot of stuff you can glean from that. Probably not the type of person. I'm probably not the person to talk about it necessarily, due to the fact that I am one, a foreigner, one, white as fuck, and all this sort of shit. But like in general, the idea that tracks like this usually have so much less streams. It reminds me of They Remiss Over You of Pete Rock and the Pete Rock album. All the other tracks have so much like fewer streams, but like all the other ones have so much more substance. And that, again, that it sounds like a boomer. I instantly feel like I'm a boomer or whatever, being like, oh, the things that people don't like, what's substance? It feels like so hipster and cringe and stuff like that. But like, there is a very hidden truth on that where like, this is such a good track, but just because I'm assuming of the political topics and the stuff that they're gleaming off of this, it just has less streams. I don't know. That just is sad.
they lay to straight with my AK and put him to rest.
Yeah, we had the right.
Like, this is an unbelievably good fucking sounding track. Like, why?
Well, I don't want to say rioting, but there's been looting downtown. But right now, Maria, what I want to show you is they have started fires down at the end of the street.
How many niggas are ready to lose?
Yeah, so what you wanna do? What you wanna do?
I said, how many niggas That's what they told us today. In other words, you still a slave. No matter how much money you got, you still ain't shit.
Sitting in my living room, calm and collective, feeling that gotta get my perspective. Cause what I just heard broke me in half, and half the niggas I know, plus the niggas on the road is belling. Laugh now, but cry much later. You see, when niggas get together, they get mad cause they can't fade us. Like my niggas from South Central Los Angeles, they found that they couldn't handle us. Bloods, Crips on the same squad. With the essays up, a nigga, it's time to rob and mob and break the white man off something lovely. I don't love them, so them can't love me. Yo, straight putting it down, getting my scoot on. It's jumping off in Compton, so I got to get my loot on and come up on me some furniture, something. Got a VCR in the back of my car that I ganked from the sloths and swap me. And motherfuckers better not try to stop me, cause they will see that I can't be stopped. Cause I'ma cock my Glock and pop till they all drop.
Yes, in the videotape we see some of the people in the
I find this is an interesting jumping off point. I don't know if what like the general sentiments towards like Snoop Dogg is, but I know that there was like backlash with him I think performing or supporting Donald Trump in the second term, which I I have no possible understanding of why someone in Snoop Dogg's position, especially on like you are featured on albums like this that don't showcase like I could be wrong, because I am just an outsider, but like they're the way that they're talking about the topics here and the everything feels very grounded. Like it's not like you have a superficial view on all of this. There might be some superficiality with it, like I don't know, some aesthetics that you're like humming over at masking or whatever. But like in general, like it feels like a lot of the stuff spoken about here, feels very hard to manufacture. Um, and like the political perspectives, the ways you analyze the vibe, the feelings that you have towards everything, all this sort of stuff, it feels very hard. And I don't understand how you can be steeped within all of this, create art like this from my perspective, a very grounded way, and then end up supporting Donald Trump. I just don't see how that can happen. Um, like I can, it's because like if you have a superficial understanding of politics and you live reality, all of that sort of thing, can see how that happens because it's like this is, if we're watering it down, which is gross and tasteless in itself, but we're watering it down, it is anti-establishment. And for whatever reason, Donald Trump is considered the anti-establishment candidate. So from a superficial line drawing perspective, I can see that. But when it comes to like the political realities and the experiences that being touched on in these tracks, like from my understanding, because I am 23, but like the 90s was a completely different time when it comes to struggle. Like, I feel like we have always have rose tinted glasses on it, but if we look at just like all of like the basic predictors of like, I don't know, a privileged life, right? The 90s is the highest crime we've ever seen in modern history. It is the highest crime we've ever seen. The political, like South Africa's Jim Crow going on, which they were touching on, like, oh no, no, fuck, sorry, I said Jim Crow, apartheid. Got those mixed up because both are apartheid, but yeah, like, so, this sort of, I don't know, and then like coming off the back of like the Black Panthers and then political revolutionaries and that sort of, like grassroots movements that kind of have just dissipated since the invent of social media and stuff like that. It feels so performative, like modern day political action, due to the fact that it just we have so much less struggle today than we do back then. We have a stronger idea, like we are perceived to have a worse time, if that makes sense. But it's more manufactured. Like I feel like our mental issues and yeah, just our mental issues that we're being faced with, they they're more pushed and manufactured from social media, from like echo chambers, that sort of thing. It's not like a material. They're more immaterial, I guess is the way. But they're immaterial things that are causing material dissatisfaction because we are more disconnected, less socially conscious due to the fact that social media has isolated us so much more. And but like that feels like so much more like of a privileged harm and privileged issues than the 90s at the heat of the fucking like coming off of the back of the crack epidemic, and fucking dealing with uh dealing with like the highest crimes and gang violence and all this sort of stuff, which came from like real materialistic issues and stuff causing, where it feels like it's a whole lot more nebulous, the harm that we are currently facing. But the like I don't know that our I'm I'm on a tangent. I'm gonna be editing this a bit. But like let me just sit. We're like the current generation, the current landscape, and it's not even just my generation because obviously older generations have been captured in this. Like you have with these strongmen like Donald Trump and um, Andrew Tate and all of that. But like it feels like I guess the closest thing I could harp back to is the spot like roughly the opinions that the sponsor had in Euphoria to Rue, where it's like there is a distinct lack of material revolutionaries or material um, grassroots operations. All of it is performance based. Even and it seems like it's even captured the people that have made this music, like Snoop Dogg. Like I don't know all of his life. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he is doing a lot of grassroots activities or whatever. Or but like there maybe I just am wrong. But like if you make music like this, I doubt in a million years that someone like Dr. Dre or Snoop Dogg would curry favor for someone like Donald Trump. Like I just it feels like it just it feels like it speaks to the superficiality that we live in today, where we don't actually have real principles and real grounding experiences. We're all just putting on like costumes of what was prior or something. I'm not I'm not like a visionary or a scholar or anything like this. It's just the sort of stuff that I feel I'm noticing. Like activism feels very much performative now, so much more performative. Um, that's even captured like the people who are making such real grounded music, like this, and it's just weird. It's just weird. It feels fever dreamish, and I didn't even live through it. So I could have a warped perspective looking back at it, and maybe this was always the case, but um, it just I don't know. The art tells me different. The art tells me different. That their experience, like the experience from this album, tells me different. That it did come from a grounded perspective. It did come from like real raw passion and not some manufactured bullshit. And like from true lived experience and true revolutionary mindsets and stuff. And it just, yeah, it saddens me that that is no longer the case because everyone's just wearing a costume of it now. Yeah. That was very long-winded. This is going to be in the uncut version, but I don't know how much I'm going to cut out of it. But yeah, I really appreciate this, and I just wish we had more of this action.
Throwing things at the officers.
And swinging at them as well. There was a young woman there who took a swing at an officer with some object in her hand.
How many niggas are ready to lose?
Yeah, so what you wanna do? What you wanna do?
I said, how many niggas are ready to lose?
Myself a Uzi and my brother a nine.
I got my finger on the trigger, so niggas wonder why. For living in the city, it's do or die. I got my finger on the trigger, so niggas wonder why. For living in the city, it's do or die. One time trigger happy, no nigga love. 187 time to grab the glove. Can't get prints on a 9, I throw away. Or get prints on my Uzi when it's play. Pop, 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 another motherfucker drop. And I get relief like plop, plop, fizz, smash. I crashed his head like a window. I ain't get Tanto, I'm high off the endo. Creeping with the quickness to the cut. Bust one to his head while he munches on a donut and cracker. So now we best to back up. I guess I got to pack up. Filling the clip up, I dip up town. But motherfucking cops are all around. Helicopters flying, these motherfuckers trying to catch me and stretch me on death row. But hell no, the Pope Black refused to go.
This now covers a very, very wide area of Los Angeles where these fires have been ignited. I mean, from here to the south end of South Central is a long way.
The outcome of this is destruction, so them all four. Niggas don't give a fuck, so them busted before. The conviction of 3 black shows no justice, so the conviction right. If we riot again, me turn the other cheek, me beat too many, me got me 9 to my side, so me bust split, cause he don't give a fuck and me don't give a fuck, and all my problems is fuck. Block blam, blam to them four. Listen to the shots from a nigga doggy dog with a bar. Dr. Dre, them boss gunshots, digging the ass and all be.
Yeah, I guess like it feels like I don't know if I am putting too much of a grand narrative on this because it could just be the nature of the thing and there's no like Machiavellian plan behind it. And I tend to lean towards the skeptic side of opinions where there is not like a Machiavellian force that is causing this, even if it's like the CIA or like the like neoliberal establishment or if you're far right like Jews or whatever. Like I don't believe in a grand like cabal of people that are fucking everyone up, but it does feel awfully coincidental that the sort of philosophy that is being placed here, which feels very grounded, very like revolutionary, like radical sort of politics and wanting towards material change for the underprivileged, that is has been co-opted so effectively by superficial performative activism that it works out too perfectly. That works out really perfectly for the harm being caused, but by the for the actors that are causing the harm to the underprivileged. That feels really fucking coincidental. Granted, I'm not a conspiracy-minded person, but it's like, even if it's not conspiracy stuff or whatever, even if it is just the natural happening of things, that is a very sad state of reality now. That like, what, as I said, with Snoop Dogg coming from this, being on this track, being talking about this like real material, like pushing it back against the system that oppresses black people and everyone, to now be cozying up with the superficial, masked, revolutionary president of Donald Trump. Like, that is worked out way too perfectly, because then there is it feels like there is no place for this sort of real material radical force. That feels way too like that. That's devastating. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that transition was fucking sick. What the hell? I didn't know I was listening to Dark Side of the Moon level transitions. That's insane.
One, two, three into the four. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door, ready to make an entrance, so back on up.
Cause you know we're about to rip shit up.
Give me the microphone first so I can bust like a bubble. Compton and Long Beach together, now you know you in trouble.
I don't know any of the lyrics. I just kind of know. I'm just reading the lyrics. And I know like the vibe of the track. Because I've heard a bit of it before. But yeah, obviously classic. But it's also like pointing out what I was saying before, like the idea that this track beforehand, 9 million streams. This one 500 million streams. I think it's like emblematic of the disappearance of more grounded radical politics, I guess, within modern day streaming numbers, and in the modern day, because um maybe it was never the case. Maybe this song here was never listened to that much back in the day, but like this is an insane difference, and this track feels so much more monumental and great than even this, which I think is a perfect song. Like when I'm talking it just from art, but not from like a material like perspective. Like this song is amazing, and it's weirdly gonna probably get the same rating of like a 10 or 11 out of 10 for me. But like I don't know, this one means more, and is what yeah, kind of sucks that there's that much difference, which makes me feel like a fucking pick me. But yeah.
Baby, too low death niggas so we're crazy. Death row is the label that pays me. Unfadable, so please don't try to fake this. But back to the lecture at hand. Perfection is perfected, so I'ma let them understand. From a young G's perspective. And before me dig on a bitch, I have to find a contraceptive. You never know, she could be earning her man and learning her man. And at the same time burning her man. Now you know I ain't with that shit, Lieutenant. Ain't no pussy good enough to get burned while I'm offended. And that's realer than real deal, Holyfield. And now you hookers and hoes know how I feel. Well, if it's good enough to get broke off a proper chunk, I take a small piece of some of that funky stuff. It's like this and like that and like this and it's like that and like this and like that and it's like this and like that and like this and Drake creep to the mic like a fan.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping, but I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before, with a producer who can rap and control the maestro. At the same time with the dope rhyme that I kick, you know and I know I flow some old funky shit. To add to my collection, this selection symbolizes dope. Take a toke but don't choke. If you do, you have no clue of what me and my homie Snoop Dogg came to do. It's like this and like that and like this and it's like that and like this and like that and it's like this. And who gives a fuck about those?
So just chill to the next episode. On that ass, what a hellified gangster lean. Getting funky on the mic like an old batch of collard greens. It's the capital S-O-S, I'm fresh and double O-P, D-O-double-G-Y-D-O-double-G, you see. Showing much flex when it's time to wreck a mic. Pimping hoes and clocking a grip like my name was Dolomite. Yeah, and it don't quit. I think they in the mood for some motherfucking G shit. Yeah. So Dre,
what up, dog?
Gotta give them what they want.
What's that, G?
We gotta break them off something.
Hell yeah.
And it's gotta be bumpin'. City of Compton.
That's where it takes place, so when that show attention. Mobbing like a motherfucker, but I ain't lynching. Dropping the funky shit that's making the sucker niggas mumble. When I'm on the mic, it's like a cookie, they all crumble. Try to get close, say your ass will get smacked. My motherfucking homie, Doggy Dog, has got my back. Never let me slip, cause if I slip, then I'm slipping. But if I got my Nina, then you know I'm straight tripping. And I'ma continue to put the rap down, put the Mac down. And if your bitches talk shit, I have to put the smack down, yeah. And you don't stop. I told you I'm just like a clock when I tick and I talk. But I'm never off, always on till the break of dawn. See you when PTO in the city they call Long Beach. Putting the shit together like my nigga DOC. No one can do it better like this, that, and this. And it's like that and like this and like that. And it's like this. Then who gives a fuck about those?
So just chill to the next episode.
Yeah, it's like it's just a perfect track. Just a perfect. Yeah, the beats fucking incredible. They flow off of it so just amazingly, and the hits. It's crazy to think this is 92. Because it just does not sound like it's aged impeccably. It's aged so well.
Call this bitch Ragnar.
He said he thinks Stokes are making a reservation.
Who knew D's Nuts 2016 meme came from this? Who would have thought?
What's up?
Nothing. What you doing?
Man, just kicking it.
Are y'all done?
Nah, what you gonna do today?
Pick up my clothes for the cleaning. I ain't gonna get my nails done.
See.
Why? What's up?
Hey, did what's your name them get at you yesterday?
Who?
These nuts.
Oh, shut up, nigga.
But I want to ask you one question. If I hit some nuts,
Wait, that's actually where it came from? These nuts? That, like, that's crazy.
hanging on the wall, what did I have, honey? I just, darling, you have some walnuts.
The beats are just so sick. Like, they're so fucking good.
She said, well, Daddy, if I had some nuts on my chest, would those be chestnuts? I said, hell yeah. She said, well, Daddy, if I had nuts under my chin, would those be chin nuts? I said, hell no, bitch, you'd have a dick in your mouth.
Chicky check, microphone check. One. Chicky check, microphone check. Two. Chicky check, microphone check. Three.
Check game from the notorious Compton G.
Back with some shit that got the bump. As you pull up in the park, your pops your trunk. Just a fossil like a motherfucker clowning and shit. Got your Danas on your hoopty and your fly ass bitch. Throw off, show off, I'll take that home. If she proper, I'm a popper. The whole hopper is back on track. With big money, big nuts, and a big fat chronic sack.
So Daz, step up on their ass and give these motherfuckers a blast from the past.
Diggity Daz out of the cut with some shit.
Sorry for touching on the previous thing, but I was talking about how like performative activism is like more popular and we have less grassroots thing that, and how the struggle from like my generation is a lot more of like a nebulous manufactured one that is like caused through division from like social media and how it has isolated us rather than like actual material harm, despite the fact that that does cause material harm. Well, and I think an aspect to that is I feel like the revolutionary or like the radical politics kind of stems from a lack of a material harm that's being caused. And if we are in a better life now than we were back before, and we have I don't know, we have more access to a bunch of goods, whatever is causing, like our lives are more cozy. I guess like it kind of does make sense that we are going to be less radical because there is less need for the change to happen. Because like en masse, our lives we've gotten more things and stuff, even though like that the materialistic stuff like roofs over your heads, the better cars, or I don't know, like more technology doesn't necessarily lead to more happiness or a better life. But if we view it through those materialistic things, it's not like a lot of us are starving. We have the perception of it. Like I'm growing up in, we're in the middle of like a sort of recession, like a global recession from COVID, right? But like I was still able to be in uni accommodation, and pay for my stuff and all of that, perfectly fine. Where it's like the minimum wage back in America at this time was like fucking like $5, and adjusted for inflation, that's not great. But like in Australia here, like our minimum wage is like $29, so things have gotten better, even though like inflation is kicking our ass a bit. But then it kind of, as I said, it kind of just makes sense that like the more our lives get easier and like easier to just like live within the status quo, the less likely we are going to have real radical politics be popular, and we will have like instead this like fake performative like superficiality of politics that is going on currently, where it's like, oh, I'm just going to post a tweet about fucking Rafa or something, instead of actually doing any like material change across the globe or in, I don't know, in all this stuff. Like, again, this track has nothing to do with that. I'm sorry. I might even just cut this part into that part, but yeah. I think that's my capped off thoughts on there. It's kind of like we are living in a better time when it comes to material things. So it makes sense that we are less likely to have actual proper radical politics, because we don't live in, as much as the media wants us to think we do, we don't live in the 90s crime wave. We just don't. So I guess that is like a contributed to the fact that songs like The Day the Fellas Took Over isn't as popular, or like that sort of politics, or someone like Snoop Dogg who made a song like that with Dr. Dre is cozying up to um, authoritarian leaders and stuff.
That I wrote with my nigga D.R.E. So you know I must be dope, but rat-tat-tat-tat that ass. Starting static with Drake, make way for the AK. That I bring as I slang like Kathy. Not from crisscross, but they call me Mac Daddy. Hattie, not known about the city I'm from. Long Beach, tic-tac, grab your gap, watch your back, here I come. Stomping in my khaki suit. Big G from the hood, kid from Eastwood. God damn, I ripped up, flipped up, and skipped up on top of things as they swing towards my ding-a-ling. But could you raise up off his nuts? Cause Dr. Dre is about to rizz that shit up. Cheeky check.
Microphone check one.
Cheeky check.
Microphone check two.
Cheeky check.
Microphone check three.
You're tuned to the sounds of the DRE.
Now check me out, it's back to the old school where the niggas get they scrap on. Don't nobody cap on, slap on some DRE or some funky ass shit by the D-O-double-G-Y-D-O-double-G. Real G's who drop keys, protect these NUTs, so nigga please keep out my manuscript. You see that it's a must, I drop gangster shit.
Yach.
So recognize gang from the gangster. Bangs will remain the same until I change them.
It's real easy to see, so you can check sounds from Nate D-O-double-G.
I can't be faded. I'm a nigga from the motherfucking street. I can't be faded. I'm a nigga from the motherfucking street. I can't be faded.
Sorry, like I actually fuck it, I can't stop. I just got reminded that a lot of this stuff reminds me of Kanye, because it is now becoming so apparent, like the Chronic, despite the fact that he even said it, I'm being able to see it with my own eyes how influential the Chronic was on with Kanye. Like the idea that Kanye thinks he's the like performing radical like politics. Well, it's radical, but not in radical in the terms of like helping out the fucking everyday person. It's radical in helping out fucking Elon Musk and Donald Trump and Nazi fucking ideology, which sure is fringe and in a lot of regards, but like that doesn't mean that like you're the everyman or you're fighting to the power. It's like I guess like you're fighting the power that the fact that we've become a more multicultural fucking society. I guess you're fighting that, which has become more dominant. But like radical politics for no goal or purpose to serve no purpose, just like the aesthetics of it, isn't helpful. The goals of the radical politics is the aim, you know, like helping out people who are disenfranchised. That is the goal. It's not like, oh, like if we ended up becoming into a world where for the last 100 years everyone has equal opportunities and equal outcomes and equal outcomes in lines with their own decision making and stuff like that, because not everything is going to be like that. But if we lived in a perfectly equal world for 100 years and then you're like, no, actually I think there should be a fucking ethno state, it's like, yeah, that's radical, but that's not the type of radical politics that I think is valid. Yeah, so it seems like it's very much the mask and veneer of radical politics. And it's just crazy that's like someone who was so inspired by this album, bro, that he still talks about it. That still talks about it being his influence. It's like posting Nazi shit on Twitter. Like, fucking how, bro? Did you not internalize any of the fucking art that you actually listen to? Like, apart from like you having sick musical fucking talent? Yeah, it makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. It's like, I guess like you do mellow in your old age. I'm like 23, so like I have the passion of a 23-year-old, right? But like, I fucking hope for God's sake that when I'm 50, I don't become a fucking Nazi on Twitter. Yeah, that shit's crazy.
I'm a nigga from the motherfucking street. I can't be faded. I'm a nigga from the motherfucking street. I heard you wanna fuck with Dre. You picked the wrong motherfucking day. Here we go, toe to toe, blow by blow. Let me know if you think you can fake that, bro. I heard you wanna fuck with Dre. You picked the wrong motherfucking day. Here we go, toe to toe, blow by blow. Let me know if you think.
And I'm sorry that I'm giving such negative energy, but I know it inspires me because like seeing the positive That last song I was talking about that I've ranted about for, bro, it's an hour and I'm not even halfway through the album, so this is gonna be my longest fucking album reaction. But with with this, like, it's not a detriment to the album that I'm negative. I just hope that comes out because I fucking love this album. I hope that my passion is coming through where you can tell that I just love the album. I love the messages. I love everything about this so much. I didn't expect I would. But like I knew it was gonna be great, but I didn't know this was like the type of like emotional resonance that it would have with me. Um, and the reason that the kind of thing got brought up is like, holy fuck, does this shit sound fresh? It sounds like stuff that I fucking love from early Kanye's work. Um, and being able to see that influence sparked me to talk about that. But like in general, this is like an unbelievably fucking not like sonically rich, amazing track to listen to. I fucking love it. Yeah.
You can take that road. I can't be faded. I'm a nigga from the motherfucking street. Can't be faded. I'm a nigga from the motherfucking street.
This beat, you know what? This beat is actually fucking banging enough that you can have it in a minute and a half outro. That, yeah, this shit's so good, bro. This sounds so beautiful and sonically rich. That
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I have to die today for this little African right here to have a future, I'm a dead motherfucker.
Wake up, jumped out my bed. I'm in a two-man cell with my homie little half dead. Murder was the case that they gave me. Dear God, I wonder can you save me? I'm only 18, so I'm a young buck. It's a ride if I don't scrap, I'm getting stuck. But that's the life of a G, I guess. Essays way deep, shank two in the chest. Best run, cause brothers is dropping quicker. Too late, damn, down goes another nigga. Bouncing off the walls, throwing them dogs, getting that rep as a young hog. It ain't nothing like the street life. You better be strapped with your shank, cause ain't no fist fight. So I guess I got to handle mine. Since I did the crime, I got to do my time. Little ghetto boy, playing in the ghetto street. What you gonna do when you grow up and have to face responsibility?
Now I'm holding a dub, sitting on swole, 27 years old, up for parole, stroll. I'm back up on my feet with my mind on the money that I'll be making soon as I touch them streets. Things done changed on this side. Remember they used to thump, but now they blast, right? But it ain't no thing to me, cause now I'm what they call a low-ass OG. The little homies from the hood with grip are the ones I get with, cause I'm down the set trip. Nigga, I'm bigger than you, so what you wanna do? Didn't know we had a 22.
I think this kind of hops on some of the stuff that I referenced in my more, I don't know, ranty speech. Um, this I think also touches on the fact that like the 90s was a pretty unique time with the crime that I was talking about. And obviously, people in these predicaments still exists, but it's at a lot less of an extent. And I feel like maybe my fury and passion that I was having in my previous like rants comes from the fact of like when I was talking about like we don't have it as hard is the lack of understanding how privileged we are compared to this time period. Um, like again, I didn't see it or anything like that, but I think this is able to touch on it a decently well. The tracks, like if you just glean it from the art, or if you glean it from crime statistics, or you glean it from like anything like that, like we don't like we're incredibly privileged to be in today, but then we have the same sort of um like we have the same outward appearance and virtual signaling of the same level of like revolt against the system or whatever, but we don't have the same lived experience, and we're in a lot more privileged position, which makes it seem like it's a whole lot more we're in a whole lot more superficial. It's like a lot more superficial. Granted, in saying all of this, I will say like obviously people still go through this. It's just less of a rate, and in general, someone like myself, it would be very fucking weird for me to be like, oh yeah, I can relate to this, and then talk about like, oh yeah, like like my level of problems that I've had throughout my life pales in comparison to the stuff talked about on this song. And yeah, I feel like the level of like it feels like stolen valor if I um put on the veneer of like touting the current day anti-establishment tropes and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't have a full like I would need to mull over a lot more of my thoughts here, but like what like the lyrics of the experiences that are being said in these tracks makes me feel privileged and then angry at the world for not acknowledging people in similar circumstances that I am, which I grew up very poor, raised by a single mother that was disabled, all this sort of stuff, and I still feel privileged compared to this experience. So seeing, I don't know, like people get super riled up that they got banned off fucking Facebook and then fucking storm the Capitol and stuff like that. It's like, you don't fucking know, like, struggle. Like, you don't know it, bro. Or your struggle, because struggle does lead to that sort of action. Your struggle isn't, like, it's different. It matters maybe the same amount to you or something, but it's just like, it just feels a bit stolen Valerie. I don't know.
Straight sitting behind his back, I grabbed his pockets and then I heard 6 caps. I fell to the ground with blood on my hands. I didn't understand how a nigga so young could bust a cap. I used to be the same way back. I guess that's what I get for trying to jack the little homies for their grip.
Me learn many things from what I see from the street. How come up when I come to be little ghetto boy playing in the ghetto street? What you gonna do when you grow up and have to face responsibility?
For the real OGs to get wet. Some facts made I made. Now you running, but I'm played like every single day. Really though, you know me, I'm the smooth macadamia, gaming them for my homie. No need being calm if you pack right and learning just enough to keep your sack right. Late nights, I wonder what they getting for. Early morning on the corners, what they hitting for. 7 young G's put they serve down in the G-Ride, east side's where they swerve now. Not thinking about what's really going on. Got crept on, stepped on, now they gone.
Also, I'm sorry for actually derailing with a lot of like more political talk, but like I feel like especially art like this is more political. But like I feel like I am sorry about that because I haven't been focusing on how much like I just love and enjoy the music. And I said it before, but I hope like every single bit of my passion talking about like the topics that they bring up here, or what I glean from the topics that they bring up here, right? I hope that is used as a testament to how good the music is. Because if you've watched any of my other reactions, I don't talk like this. But the music is such well crafted music that it's able to bring this sort of stuff out of me, I guess. Because yeah, I love this album. Like, it is really, really good. The track I like the least is the first one, but like that one's still a perfect track to me. And hey, I might go back to it after the reaction and realize that it's just as good. But yeah, The Chronic is like, so far this has been an unbelievable fucking album. And it just actually shocks me. That's from '92. It shocks me. That's so early on. Because like hip hop's like, what, at that point, like 19 years old. So it's like it's like hearing an amazing fucking, I don't know, rock album in the '60s or something. It's just, that's really early on for it, and impressive for that.
I spent 4 years in the county with nothing but convicts around me. But now I'm back at the pound and we exposed ways for the youth to survive. Some think it's wrong, but we tend to think it's right. So make all the ends you can make, cause when you're broke, you break. Check it out. So ain't no need for your mama to trip, cause you's a hustling ass youngster clocking your crib. Now me follow me gonna, as you can see, still I know G, my life will always remain to be a little ghetto boy. Playing in the ghetto street. What you gonna do when you grow up and have to face responsibility?
I can't wait to listen to more West Coast hip hop like this, because my my understanding before was I really liked East Coast hip hop like it felt like they were much more like serious, and I kind of liked that because I think art is an incredible communication tool to be able to talk about like very rough topics and stuff, right? Or dark, deep topics. Not to discount like happy music, because I love Is This It by The Strokes. It's one of my favorite albums, and that's just like a happy little album. But I loved East Coast hip hop for that. And this, I feel like it's my first like foot being touched. I don't know, dipping my toe into West Coast hip hop that is like more predominant on the social commentary and stuff like that. And I would want more of that. I think maybe it sounds like Tupac was a lot of that. So I can't wait to get into Tupac. He's on my classics albums list and everything. But yeah, can't wait to get into it, because this album has been like, I love Mecca and the Soul Brother. This is definitely that level of fucking good though. Like, this is definitely like a top 5 album of all time for me. And at the moment it's like Dark Side of the Moon. Is This It? My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. This. And like Mecca and the Soul Brother, I think. Like around that, like those sort of albums. But this one might even be better. I don't know. Unbelievable album. Like, unbelievably good. I'm sorry I haven't been focusing as much on it, because I've been focusing on the social commentary more, but this is really good.
Yeah, nigga, what's up with all that motherfucking shit you was talking, nigga? Huh? Fuck that, nigga. What's up with all that shit you was talking, nigga? You a motherfucking lie, nigga. That was you. That was you, nigga. Hey, check this out, motherfucker. What's wrong, nigga? You can't talk with a gun in your mouth? You can't talk with a gun in your mouth? Listen up, nigga. You know Lucifer? Nah. You about to meet him, motherfucker. A nigga with a motherfucking gun. 44 reasons come to mind why your motherfucking brother is hard to find. He been walking on the streets and fucking with mine. Stupid punk can't fuck with a mastermind. See, I never take a step on a Compton block or a lay without the AK ready to pop. Cause them punk motherfuckers in black and white ain't the only motherfuckers I got to fight. I think it's better to be telling the facts than cuffed up and jacked and fucked up with your niggas looking at you going, God damn, cause it's the city and for you to survive a nigga gotta be a gangster. And I'm a nigga you can't remove. So got a lot of motherfuckers for trying to prove to they homies they can hang by dealing with me. But once again in the end that D-E-A-D, I never did time on a murder yet. Cause I relax and back do a job and jet. Yo, I know you understand my flow, so here we go in death row. Come let a motherfucker know. A nigga with a motherfucking gun. A nigga with a motherfucking gun. D-R-E, a motherfucker who's known for carrying gaps and kick raps that make snaps, adapts to any environment that I'm located at. If you see me on a solo move, believe that I'm strapped. 4 tray 8 or AK-47. Cause slowly but surely, see you on a stairway to heaven. Just put my finger on the trigger and pull back. And lay a punk motherfucker flat as he wonder what popped before he got popped. I told you I was Dre and you know it don't stop. Now I know you understand my flow, so here we go with death row. Come let a motherfucker know. A nigga with a motherfucking gun. 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 I break some off, I break some off, yeah. I break some off, I break some off, yeah. I break some off, but I ain't speaking about between the thighs. I'm talking about cocking a gauge in between your eyes and make it drop to your knees, cause you realize that I gotta make any nigga civilized. Oh, buster ass nigga talking bullshit. Don't know that I'm the wrong nigga to fuck with. Get lit or hit up by the doctor. A nigga that breaks them off properly, real G, so don't doubt it. I'm the one that's doing it while these other niggas talk about it. And if motherfuckers come at me wrong, I straight put my 44 Desert Eagle to his motherfucking dome and show him why they call me the notorious one.
I feel like this music is like rather abrasive, right? But it's not abrasive in like a aesthetic or sonic sense. With like I don't know, like a fucking some of the like noise rock passages from In Utero and stuff like that, which I still appreciate because I don't know, I just like abrasive shit. But like lyrically, this is very abrasive, but it feels a lot different. Where like for example, like Playboy Cardi, I've listened to some Playboy Cardi. Some like some stuff I like, but other things I think is like a bit overrated. But like I feel like the difference between like the abrasiveness of like modern day like music that is popular with teenagers and stuff like that. I'm just gonna sound like a pick me, but sorry about that. I have some pick me opinions, but I don't typecast me as a pick me because I'm going to fail your expectations. But with when it comes to like Playboy Cardi, I like the rebellious nature of his music because he's kind of like pushing up against the barriers of art by making his stuff like this sounds mean. I'm just gonna put it bluntly, but like unlistenable to the point of like it makes a point. I don't know if that's his intention, but like his like ad libs, idea that he has basically no fucking lyrics, and he has like abrasive like rage style beats that sound interesting and like stuff, but it feels like it's devoid of a lot of substance and meaning that it could be encapsulated with because I view it as like a very good basis to create like meaningful music with an abrasive sound, but it feels like he always just fails to do that. And in that way, it's kind of like a postmodern sort of that I can appreciate in a postmodern sense of like it's like has no meaning, but it kind of gives meaning with the aesthetic of something that would have meaning and all this sort of stuff that it's like fun little fucking intellectual games to do. But the difference between something like that, where like modern day music that was Playboy Cardi, which is so unbelievably popular in the same genre as with rap as the Chronic, is this is abrasive, but it's abrasive with substance. Like a lot of like this is meant to shock you, but not shock you in like a vapid sort of way. Like not shock you in I don't know, just like oh I'm saying the wrong thing sort of way. Like not in a superficial way. Um, I think you could take it that way, and maybe actually it is meant to be regarded to that because I've heard there's criticisms of NWA where like not like a lot of them didn't actually have a lot of the experiences that they purported to have by doing gangster rap and stuff like that. But like there is something that I don't know. It just feels like this album has a whole lot more substance to it with its abrasive nature and the way that it wields its abrasiveness because like the beats are really fucking sonically amazing and groovy and just top tier, and the lyrics are abrasive in a way that feels underrepresented now because I feel like we're just in the age of like the internet and the age of like growing up as someone who grew up in with the internet, like there is a lot of shock jock sort of stuff, and there feels like a massive difference between abrasive, shocking sort of material that has a point or is I don't know doing something towards a cause or something or illustrating something than just like doing it for vapid sake. Uh, and it feels like there's a lot more art. It could just be the case that that was the case at the time, but we only hear the best examples of that sort of stuff. So maybe like Playboy Cardi's music will be lost with the times, but all the abrasive natures of it, all the meaning, like all that sort of stuff, will be lost with the time, and then we'll like in 30 years, some of the albums that have more meaning will just be the ones that the next generations know. It could just be a natural progression of time, but um, yeah, I feel like that is something that feels rather lost. And yeah, I know that just sounds picking because I'm not someone that believes that like music is worse, or whatever. I just think it's different. It's worse in some regards, better in other regards. And I just think like simplistic, broad generalizations aren't that helpful. And I know that I'm like touching onto that a tiny bit, but I think the criticisms that I have, I don't know, I feel like they're rather specialized with current day music. And also, listening to this made me realize like I hope that despite the fact that I think like someone like Cardi is kind of devoid of meaning um, and everything, I hope that when I grow up, I don't become jaded or less open or mellow in my principles that I do. I know that's often going to be the case, um, but I hope that that doesn't happen because I don't know I have a strong radical bone and spirit within me. I think, um, and that will mellow in age just due to the fact of having to like live within society and build a world and or like build a family and everything. But I just hope that I don't lose that spirit. Or at least not to the point where like if my kids are like me at being 20, I am still able to um, relate to them. Because the feelings and beliefs that I have now, listening to this music, are very, very valuable, like to me, and is strong emotions and stuff like that. And I feel like with time, we only have like watercolor versions of what our experiences were like, and I hope I am able to carry with me enough maturity that I will value future people like my future kids and my kids' experiences with music like this. Well, like 30 years down the line, I hope that I'm still able to understand it and I don't get just like lost within time because this shit's really good. This is really good stuff. And if most importantly, like it's important, it feels important. and very valuable. And I just hope that I don't become too jaded to value what the experience I'm having now with future generations.
Straight Eastwood when I'm packing a gun. You don't believe me? Well, step up and give it a try. And if you die, use a buster, cause real niggas don't die. But some still don't hear me though. You're too near me not to hear me, nigga, yo. So now you know. A nigga with a motherfucking gun. A nigga with a motherfucking gun. A nigga with a motherfucking gun.
The transitions between these tracks are fucking phenomenal. Dr. Dre, you're a legend. Straight like, it is such a small thing, and it feels like such a, I don't know, tacky thing for like, oh, I'm wowed by songs transitioning to each other, or I'm wowed by a one shot in a movie. But like, there is something really fucking good, cohesive with it. It helps a lot. This is such a different beat, bro. This is such a different beat. I just listened to Food by MF Doom, right? This might be one of the only beats that actually I've heard in rap that sounds like a MF Doom beat a bit. That's kind of cool. I like that a lot.
Crazy. Once again, the mighty death row organization committing mass murder. And we ain't asking for shit, nigga, we taking it. So Dre, blast they ass, nigga.
Rat-tat-tat-tat, late at night with my gat on the streets of LA. Wondering where the pussy at. Straight player, looking for a hoe. Hanging out, rolling in my 6-4. 16 switches for the niggas in my hood. 17 shells, so I make it understood. Stay back, lay back, way back in the cut. You come outside, nigga, you're getting fucked up. I done told ya, creep, creep, your best move like Luther Vandross. I'm fucking up the West Coast.
I don't know why I'm so fucking. I feel like I'm stupid, bro. Because I've only heard Luther Vandross be mentioned in Kanye's music, right? And that's 2004. So I thought Luther Vandross was like late 90s or something. I have no idea about the history of Luther Vandross, but if he's being fucking mentioned in 1992, what let me just look up when is like Luther Vandross music, because I just have such a silly understanding of when this shit came out. Oh, he's from the 80s and 90s. I feel like a fucking idiot, dude.
Back up in your wing and nut. 1, 2, 3, nut from the DRE. But this is for the hoes that I used to know when I didn't have my 64 and a lot of dough. I keep it like this and like that, and I never hesitate to put a nigga on his back. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat like that, and I never hesitate to put a nigga on his back. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat like that, and I never hesitate to put a nigga on his back.
That's that nigga owe you that grip. Yeah, that fool is.
Break him on, drop it in.
What's that? Yeah. Can I get the meds? What's up? Nigga, you delinquent. Can I get those in?
Hey, nigga, pay this nigga.
What's that? Man, I ain't got your here. Well, yo, check this out, nigga. What's up, bro? What's that? What's up? You don't want... Yeah, motherfucker. I'll be back, though. I'll be back.
Oh, yeah, you ain't never coming back.
Yeah, nigga. You know I never hesitate to put a nigga on his back. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat like that, and I never hesitate to put a nigga on his back. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat like that. You know I never hesitate to put a nigga on his back. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat like that, and I never hesitate to put a nigga on his back. Creeping in, peeping in, we can get with.
It's just so good. I for whatever reason, I just feel like I want to mention this. If you're listening to this, did you know? Because I'm Australian, obviously. Did you know that hip hop, like Dr. Dre, Tupac, and all of that, is more popular in Australia stream-wise than in America by total numbers, and of course because of that, because we only have 20 million people, massively by per capita, right? If I go to the biggest cities, look at that. In Sydney, there's 3 million people. Oh shit, you can't see it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll quickly move this. I'll like transform it so you can see this. For the numbers, so you know that I'm not lying to you. But if we go to like let's say I think it should 200 should be fine, right? If you go here, the number one is Sao Paulo, Brazil. Sao Paulo has a billion fucking people, right? Sydney, Australia. We only have, I think it's like we have 5 million people in Sydney, right? Which means that if you're, if with Dr. Dre, it's something like what? That's like 5-6% of everyone in Sydney listens to Dr. Dre this month. Um, I like I think culturally speaking, it's something that would be like unique. My stepdad is from Chicago and he moved over here recently, married my mum. Um, and he was shocked to find out that every single rapper is more popular in Australia than it is in America by like tenfold if you by tenfold, and then if you factor in per capita a lot more. And I think if you it might be a bit weird, but like merchandise wise, if you walk around, if you walk in like I live in Brisbane, if you walk into Brisbane CBD, maybe one in every 6 to 10 people will be wearing a shirt with like Tupac on it or Ice Cube on it or something like that, which I just find very interesting because that surprises me, right? Like Sydney and Melbourne, like Sydney listens to Dr. Dre more than LA. And you know how many people are in LA? Like in California, there's like 80 million, right? So LA should have a lot more listeners than Sydney. Melbourne has nearly as many listeners as LA. I found that to be a very interesting thing, and I'm sorry for derailing it, but I thought that would be an interesting little tidbit for people like you, people watching, because if you're from like America, which a lot of these reactions are based off of, I feel like you wouldn't know that. Um, but yeah, we are like this music is incredibly popular with Australians. Or at least the merchant like yeah, the music is and the merchandise is. Um, like I have like I'm wearing an in utero shirt, right? But like if I have like a Stankonia shirt, I have a Run DMC shirt. It is just the stuff you wear. It's what everyone wears, and I even like you just know of Run DMC and you know like I know of Outkast, even if I haven't heard them, I just know them. Um, I don't know they just feel culturally relevant in Australia in a way that I feel like is unknown to the rest of the world.
The chronic, slinging fat keys from my block, and it don't stop. Tell me where you wanna go, to the strip, or take a trip ballin' with the road. My shit off in your system attacks. Endo smoke go in your lungs like that. You get lifted, calm, and a fist of bomb. Taken away like hell gone. Vietnam, California, backing on a mission. Proving the point, in my game ain't no fucking competition. They wishing but run up on reality. CPT, CAL, my locality. It's strange how I rearrange and change the business by dropping shit like this. So, niggas can't cope with the real. I feel penitentiary still when I kill it goes like that. And I never hesitate to put a nigga on his back. Like that. You know I never hesitate to put a nigga on his back. Like that. And I never hesitate to put a nigga on hell yeah. Like that. You know I never hesitate to put a nigga on his back.
Straight up, now you niggas know where my homie coming from. So quit the chit chat before you find yourself flat on your biz ass. Fool, it's 9 Deuce. Dr. Dre say sitting on Tiz out. It don't stop, treating bosses just like a punk ass kids out. Biatch.
That track, like every single track on this, it just feels so perfect. The first track, it feels perfect, but not like one of the best songs I've ever heard. But like, I feel like I just need to go back to it, after this reaction because, like this is a flawless fucking album. And I'm so, it feels so weird. I'm doing classics, classic 150 classic albums, right? But like, it is surprising how many just straight up flawless albums I'm listening to. Because like I listened to 500 albums before this, and I listened to some albums I know, like Macro and the Soul Brother, or like what's like some albums? I don't know, just a lot more recent albums. I listened to some Kanye, I listened to some Radiohead, some I don't know. I've listened, but like listening to these classic albums, the ones that I picked, not to like jerk myself off or anything, but like I feel like the classic albums that are on this list feel like something has to be wrong with me, or these are just actually the best albums of all time. Like The Chronic, Dark Side of the Moon, Is This It by The Strokes. They're just flawless albums. They're straight up flawless albums. Um, yeah, fuck, it's so good. I think it's gonna be very, very hard to beat something like The Chronic. That's a hard album to top. This feels like a hard album to top, especially if the last 5-6 tracks are as good as the run that's been on. Very hard to beat.
Fucking TV, man.
I'm sorry.
Motherfucking cable off. Shit, I'm making. Hey, bring me something to drink. Yeah, the motherfucking crazy horse to do. That'll work. Damn it, shit on this motherfucker. Oh shit, what the fuck is this?
Hey, motherfuckers, welcome back to the $20 sack pyramid. I'm your host, motherfucking OG Henny Loke, and we're back with our two final contestants, Duck Motherfucking Mouth and Bootney Lee Farnsworth. They'll be playing for a $20 sack of Endo and a $35 gift certificate to the Compton Swap Meet. All right, y'all bitches got 30 seconds to answer 5 motherfucking questions. Lonnie, you ready with that clock? Well, let the games begin.
All right, man. We gotta do that shit, man.
Hell yeah, man.
We can do
Fuck
that shit
the
right
whole
now.
neighborhood watching.
We gotta do that
Everybody
shit
watching.
right now. Okay, you ready?
Hell yeah, I'm ready.
You
Come
ready?
on. I'm ready.
All right, let's go. Endo. Cabby. Buddha.
Shit I used to sell.
Hocus Pocus.
Oh, things that people smoke.
Right, that's it right there. Oh, fuck me in the ass. Step to me and let me suck your dick.
Things that Tim
Oh,
Jones.
Yeah, that's it right there.
something that's very similar. I haven't come across it as much, but I remember talking about it in the M Food by MF Doom, right? The quote unquote interludes or skits in that album like are leagues and leagues and leagues above every interlude and skit I've ever heard. And the Chronic is following in that footstep with listening to it. Well, like this, I want to rate it as a song. It's long enough to be a song, but it is just to my knowledge at the moment, it's just a skit, which I usually leave unrated. And I think I leave it unrated because if I value a skit or whatever, the same as another song, most albums would be lower. But this is this adds so much. Like it's just such a more entertaining thing, and I feel like the same way that there's like the lost art of a solo, there's a lost art of a fucking skit, in current day music it seems. Again, I sound like a pick me, but yeah, yeah.
Keep going, man. Hurry up.
PCRs, TVs and shit, all them socks and shit, all that box in your room and shit.
Oh, shit, I came up on loot.
That's it right there.
Yeah, that's the goal. Hurry up, man, hurry up.
In Vogue,
Shit.
Halle Berry,
Bad bitches?
Yo, Annie Clarice.
Oh, bitches, I want to fuck.
That's it right there.
Okay,
That's
come on.
it.
Come on, hurry up.
Okay. I know Doc. Dre gonna do my music and shit. Snoop and me be going to the swap meet.
I know that one. Things that niggas be saying to get the pussy.
That's it right there. That's it. All right. Give me my motherfucking weed, bitch. Give me my motherfucking weed. It's all right there, baby. Exactly. To the, give my weed. Give my $35 to go to the motherfucking swap meet. Bitch.
I'm in the money. I'm in the money. I'm in the money. I'm in.
What, like, skits, I'm not used to skits being this good. Like, this funny, this, like, engaging and stuff. I don't know. Like, I feel like there's I'll fucking trip walk, into some insensitive commentary at some point by doing, some comparisons to this maybe. But, like, it reminds me of, like, the comedy and, wit and sort of stuff of like I've seen the first I think season a bit of Boondocks. Kind of reminds me of that sort of thing where there's like this is a good like the They make good fucking skits. Yeah, and it's like I love the Boondocks from what I have seen, so yeah, I love this skit a lot.
Cause we came up like,
This should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
now I'ma kick up dust as I begin to bust on the wick whack. Fucked up suckers you can't trust.
Who is doing this because they're not credited? It just says Dr. Dre. So I'm gonna look up who this is because I like him.
I lick up your face, get smacked up when I rack up. So all your motherfuckers just pack up or get slapped with a swiftness. If you think you're swift with the gift, Merry Christmas. Now stuff that in your stocking. I'm knocking them out the boxing, knocking them out their socks. Cause Robin is rocking, breaking them down to the slab, taking them down on their ass. Now what you wanna do? You wanna battle? See you up shit quick without a motherfucking paddle. Rattle that brain, I'm not the same old plain Jane. Roll on you like a boulder, you're nothing more than a grain or a pebble. Take it from the real rap rebel, not Bushwick Bill, but I can take it to that other level. You think you got pulled and pull it.
I've never heard of that I just looked up. It's Lady of Rage. I've never heard of her. She just says that right there. Sick. Kind of sucks that she's not credited though. Like she's really fucking good. Also early 90s, bro. I haven't listened to a lot of her like earlier woman rappers, which honestly I think that's I should look at myself because that is a overlooked in my classic album list. I don't think I have any I don't have like any. Do I have any rap albums? I don't know. I don't think I do. Which is sad. There should be some Lil Kim. There should be MC Light there. Like Missy Elliott. There should be some. Yeah, this is really good. I very much love it.
I got the trigger, so I figure you bite the bullet, then bite the dust. Or what the fuck? Do what I must, and what I must is bust a bubble or to some trouble for you. So skip to my Luger, Lady of Rage is coming through.
I'll fears no one, I'll make some cool off like the polar cat. Lynching as a hit, misses the roller's back, pushing back to make a profit. Thinking yo dropped on a topic, so stop and give me my pop kit. I'm living large like a fat bitch, so get back, bitch. I'm hard to Bogart, so the fact is, this young black kid, a mercenary, merciless, murdering millions of niggas. So who's first to this? They say I'm bad, so you'll find none worse.
Also, wait. I understand, like, I don't really judge a lot of things for the time. I'm hard to broke art so that... Is there a purpose to it? Like, I'm trying to read it, and I'm trying to think, like, is there much of a purpose? Like, what are they trying to get at? Because, like, I can even, I don't know, I could, like, if I can look back and then, like, they say something, and it's like, I don't know, even if they're playing on stereotypes or something, I can, like, somewhat appreciate if it's, like, a bar. But, why? I just don't get it, maybe, but, like, that, it just feels like there's an unnecessary F slur in there. Like, and, like, I should be, and I am a bit opposed to, like, probably any F slurs, unless it has, like, I don't know, good reason or something, but, like, why that one? That feels like the most out of nowhere one.
Put the sleep, loving the lyrics, I leave in the minds of each. But when flex, too complex, facts, your mental peace. So feel the rap, nigga, I rip in half, nigga. You're quick to talk shit, I whoop your ass, nigga. Then watch me blast, nigga, cause I'm the last, nigga. You wanna fuck with, so up your cash, nigga. I make them stagger, I'm scaring since Jimmy Swaggart. I'm a good dragger, show me your girl and watch me tag her. Pulling steel like a stunt, sewn like an ID card, nigga, no needs to front self. Hit a torment of a track on crack, and I'm strapped with a semi-chrome Millington Mac. Yo, I break some more, cheap, deadly as Jason on Friday the 13th.
in the days, niggas they used to scrap, but now in 92, niggas they pull they strap, cause police them come wicked and them shoot niggas, so niggas retaliate and start to loot, execute, boot, stomping black soldier, here to teach and mold ya. The innovator, dominator, narrator, RB to the motherfucking X, flex, wicked. Stylily, bump and be found into bleed by a maniac.
Bro, this it's so good, bro. Like that beat is so it just bounces, dude. This sounds so fucking good. Like this sounds so good, especially for 92. Bro, this is a fucking 33-year-old album, bro. It sounds so good.
With a gat. See nowadays niggas is like that. I pull my trigger back, the bullets go. Boom, boom, boom. Now I'm on death row. Fuck it, niggas going wild. Every night they shoot, it's like Beirut.
I know Beirut is the capital of fucking Lebanon. What was happening in 92? Is that when fucking Israel invaded or some shit? Or was that early 2000s? Is that Oslo Accords or Camp David or something? I have no fucking clue. Like what was happening in Beirut in 92?
Maybe you should get a cap rock vest for your chest anytime stepping through my hood. But that'll do you no good. One struck to your...
No, I just looked it up. It's 2006, so I have no fucking clue what was happening in Beirut in 92 for it to get mentioned as much as like mentioned more than even fucking the apartheid in South Africa in this album. I would love. I'll probably look it up afterwards, but I would love someone to comment like, what was happening in Beirut in like 91, 92.
Face no hate, you're getting smoked like wood. Nasty nigga, bloody pumps, lace flat on the concrete. Here comes the white sheet. Mr. Coroner, caught with some yellow tape, but the murderers escape. Audi like 5 G's. Lyrical gangbang, but it's just a cheap thing.
Yo, what's up?
Bro, I like that is. How does it flow so well? Transitions, right? Even on like Spotify, even if it's like a perfect what I think is like a perfect transition, there's usually like a gap in it. Like it's like a start of a beat or something like this, where like this, it transitioned like halfway through it. Which is so much more fucking insane to me. I don't know. The transition's sick. They're the cleanest. Some of the cleanest I've ever heard.
That old gangster ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Some shit I can just kick back, smoke a fat ass joint too. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? The pacing of this album is fucking phenomenal because like this type of fucking I don't know sounds racially motivated, racially coded or some shit in some bad way, but I'll just say some just San Andreas type beat that I remember. Like this was at the start of the album and now it's in here. Here, like I know. I didn't. It's not until it comes up again that I'm like, oh, we actually didn't have a beat like this for a while. Which is really a great testament to the sonic like flow of the beats within the album, because it's like, oh, the beats were actually quite different throughout, but they all just felt obviously perfect within each other and they transitioned into each other really well. This is a dynamic, really good, rich album. Fuck everyone for not listening to this album more, because the streams on here is actually disgusting. Like sincerely, fuck all of you. Not the people obviously listening to this, because you probably are streaming this, but fuck everyone at large. This is a despicably low amount of streams for an album this amazing.
What I'm talking about. I like that old gangster shit. Cause you know it's a lot of niggas out there woofing all that bullshit. Talking about they got this and got that. Talking loud, the motherfucker, but ain't saying shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nigga, I see your lips quivering, but you ain't saying a motherfucking thing. But my niggas, I got my niggas in the motherfucking house, and they gonna tell you what's really going on. Got my motherfucking nigga RBX, definitely in this motherfucker. I got my nigga Daz in this motherfucker, ready to kick some real shit. You know what I'm saying? And that little shit you hear in the background, That's my homegirl Rage. So RBX, kick this shit.
7 execution style murders. I have no remorse cause I'm the fucking murderer. Haven't you ever heard of a killer? I drop bombs like Hiroshima. So now I walk around strapped. One time bust they caps and watch niggas collapse. Snap, adapt to this, but you need no adapter. This is just the first chapter in a book from a crook. You get caught slipping, your ass gots to die. Nigga, tell me what the fuck you figure. Trigger, happy RBX to cap ya. Pump, pump, and I can't wait to bust around. Pump, pump, my hollow point smacks the clown. Cause what I said split his head. And now they got me running from the feds. But I refuse to go alive. It's kill or be killed, that's how the niggas survive. I'm high powered.
Yeah, it's Daz, that mass murdering motherfucker. So what, you feel like you wanna get caught up? Fool, you better recognize Death Row came to chest time. So if you cross the road, remember the first name is Death. No love for the other side.
I really love the piercing fucking beats in these tracks. Yeah, I just love them so much. They feel super unique despite the fact that they feel really familiar as well.
Yes, may I help you? Hello. I had a 12 o'clock appointment with Dr. Dre. Well, Dr. Dre is with another patient right now. Would you like to reschedule? Reschedule? It must be a mistake. I must see him. I had a 12 o'clock appointment. No, Look, Dr. Dre is with another patient. Either you can wait or reschedule. Look, I understand all of that. No, but apparently you don't. You know, I'm a working person and I'm working just too. Where is Dr. Dre? Well, open up the door and you see his big dick fucking somebody.
Yes, it is I, says me, and all who agree are more than three because they're we.
That's a long fucking that's crazy. Corrupt, RBX, The Lady Rage, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and Bush something. That's like one of the longest, like, I'll show you. That's like one of the longest feature lists I've ever seen.
Yes.
Yo, I'm in the house now for sure. Because I want to talk about the hearts of men. Who knows what evil lurks within them? But let's take a travel down the blind side and see what we find down this path called
Stranded on death row, so duck when I swing my shit. I get rugged like raw head wrecks with fat tracks that fits the gangster type. When I recite, kinda lethal. Niggas know the flow that I kick, there's no weeple. I'm murdering niggas, yo, and maybe because of the tone I kicks when I grip the mic and kick shit niggas can't fuck with. So remember, I go hardcore and slam, not respect like a sensei. Whoop ass like Van Damme. So any nigga that claim they bossin', why don't you bring your ass on over to Crenshaw Slauson? Take a walk through the hood, where we up to no good. Slanging them things like a real OG should. I'm stacking and macking and packing a tin, so when you're slipping, I slip the clipping, but ain't no set tripping. Cause this death row rolling like the mafia. Think about whooping some ass, but what the fuck stopping you? Ain't Nathan but a buster. I'm stranded on death row from pumping slugs and motherfuckers. Now you know you're outdone. Fill the shotgun, corrupt inmates, cell block one.
No prevention from this lynching of sorts. You're a victim from my drive-by of thoughts. No extensions, all attempts are to fail. Blinded by the light, it's time you learn trail from.
Wait, who's this person? I love their voice. I viciously love their voice. So it's like stranded on. I'm sorry, I'll quickly look up stranded on Death Row. Death Row lyrics. Let me quickly find it out. I'm assuming it's like RBX or something. Really quick so I don't ruin the vibes. because I love their RBX. They sound phenomenal, man. Like they sound really fun.
I'm deaf like arsenic when I kick a wicked back. Dr. Dre will kick the scratch with treachery. My literary form will blast and totally surpass the norm. Not a storm, plural, make it many storms when I'm vexed. I fight leg, necks, and arms in this dimension. I'm the presenter and the inventor and the tormentor. The range like the hillside strangler, MC Mangler, tough like Strangler. I write a rhyme, hard as concrete. Step to the heat and get burned like mesquite. So what you wanna do? The narrator RBX, cell block 2.
Rage, lyrical murderer, stranded on death row, and now I'm serving a lifetime sentence. There'll be no repentance, since it's the life that I choose to lead. I plead guilty on all counts that the ball bounce where it may. It's just another clip into my AK. Buck 'em down with my underground tactics. Facts and stacks of clips on my mattress. Bed frame, there's another dead dame laying lame. Put to shame, who's to blame? Me, the lady of rage, a woman coming from the DEA.
You know what? I've never heard of Lady of Rage once, but she's on literally the fucking Chronic and spits some insane verses. That's so cringe. Why haven't I fucking heard about her, bro? Like, this is some good shit. Maybe her like solo projects aren't great or whatever, and she has good features. But yeah, I just, ugh, I wish I heard of her because this is sick. This is sick. I should have, like, as a cosmic reason, I should have heard of her before.
ROW taking no shit, so flipping you're bound to get dropped. It's 187, no motherfuckers don't stop. Handcuffed as I bust, there'll be no debate. It's rage from cell block gates.
Hey yo, stepping through the fog and creeping through the smog. It's the #1 nigga from the hood, Doggy Dog. Making videos, now I stay in Hollywood. Busting raps for my snaps, now they call me Eastwood. Dre is the doctor and my homie, little nigga. Warren G is my hand and my hands on the trigger.
It's, you know what's so fascinating is there's obviously like issues of misogyny and stuff like that, and that's thrown over rap a lot. And there is like there's a shit ton of objectification of women. If you look at like the bling area, obviously like with Diddy parties and all of that, and what was happening with strippers and like the commodification of strippers being like a status symbol of like who you are as a person and as a man. It's like even less like objectifying to the point of like you actually don't even give a fuck about the women. It's like women is just like there is a difference between like a misogyny of like valuing women and then like valuing conquest or whatever, but still viewing them as like something valuable to achieve. But then like and like using female sexuality and that sort of thing as just a commodity where you have like a fucking detached view. Like one, both are bad, both are misogynistic, but like one it feels so much alien. Like, do you even like girls, bro? Sort of idea. Well, like, but like all of this gets thrown onto rap as like, oh, it's a very misogynistic thing, and that's like I feel like a lot of like white suburban mums would be like, oh no, I don't listen to that gangster rap. I think it's horrid because of the misogyny in it, and it's like, yeah, there is an issue of misogyny in the lyrics. I also think that all of the time that people seem to fucking overlook the misogyny that is littered and the pedophilia that is littered within fucking rock music, but that's neither here or there. With this, despite the criticism that is lambasted on rap music, which kind of feels a bit racist in intent due to the fact that you have people like Lady of Rage in 92, motherfucker. In 92. Like, music-wise, like, the only people I can think of is, like, female singer Pixies. This is before Courtney Love. Which is propped up by Nirvana stuff. Like, the realms of the acceptable caricatures I'll use of women in rap music feels a whole lot more feminist than caricatures of women around the time. Like, it feels more feminist or whatever. Like, you're allowed strong black women, strong, like, independent fucking I'll take no shit depictions, which you just didn't have really outside of this. Like, I don't know, like it feels like that is an often overlooked part. Like the I think history also, like, we don't know the names of the Lady of Rages as much as we should. And that's like an example of like sexism within it and stuff. But like, I think it feels, I feel like having the non-nuanced view of the misogyny in rap music and stuff like that. And by having like, oh look, they say bitches a lot and stuff, which like obviously is like a bit of an issue. Like, I agree. Um, but having that viewpoint without acknowledging the unique aspects of it that like um unique aspects of rap music that allowed women to be seen as more quote unquote masculine or more strong, powerful than in other music. I feel like throwing that criticism without having that cultural understanding or having that understanding of the ways that rap music and differed in their presentation of women as well feels like a very short-sighted view, and it feels like you're doing a disservice, and it feels like I feel like stuff like these terms get thrown around too much, or at least people get too annoyed by it, and it's like not effective or whatever. But like it feels like a racist depiction, where it's like, oh, yes, there are issues within it. Also, I know how that sounds weird because I'm a white person talking about it from the other side of the country or whatever, but like I understand the perspective that I am talking on it about, but like there is issues with it in it. But like it means that like the positives don't get talked about. Like, do we ever hear in culture about like, oh, when we're talking about feminist the growth of like representation of women in media, right? We hear about Scully and the X-Files, um, which is fair because I think that was like 90s. I think that was like no, I would assume I'm sure like you know what? Let me just make my point. When was the X-Files a thing? Because yes, this album came before the X-Files. This album came before the X-Files. This is by one of the biggest like MWA is probably the biggest rap group of the time. This is by Dr. Dre with Lady of Rage on it. It came out before the X-Files, but we talk about Scully. Um, and we never talk about the positive representations of women in these areas, which still have issues, but they like Lady of Rage being here and be or I don't know when Missy Elliott, MC Light, all that sort of stuff come out. These people should also be spoken about, but it feels like it's just doing a disservice to black music or it's overlooked because oh it's within hip hop or in black or whatever. I don't know. It just feels so simplistic, and these represent like this should be a part of the conversation of like how women have gotten better representation over time. We get strong like masculine performances out of women in 92, but this would never be mentioned. Hole will fucking be mentioned. Courtney Love will be mentioned. Scully will be mentioned. But this is like The Chronic is one of the best albums of all time, with um by one of the most popular people in hip hop at this point in time. So it's like at the forefront of culture, but this sort of representation just never gets spoken about. Why? Well, I know why. It's like obviously a bit of racism, but like it's so frustrating, and I think that's the reason why like I get like a tiny bit like annoyed and frustrated with like I don't know just like these broad generalizations of like oh yeah rap music it's sexist. It's like yeah it is, but it also doesn't feel like you should be the one talking about it. Same with probably I shouldn't be talking about it because I'm even not knowledgeable enough on it, right? But like it's like you have it's such a simplistic view even if it's partially correct. And it's just kind of annoying because there are things that could be applauded about it. We don't have to always just like tear stuff down and like attack. And I feel like the only reason that that is brought up um, is because it's rap music. That's only attacked. It's never lauded as like here's a good representation of the social change that we would want. Or yeah, it's so fucking stupid and silly and simplistic and annoying because it's like why haven't I heard about Lady of Rage? Why has it only been in the last like few fucking year that I've heard about like MC Light, Missy Elliott, that sort of thing, as and representations of what they've done, for like women in media and stuff like that. Like, Why I should have heard them more. I should have heard them more. But that I know who Courtney Love was when I was like 3. Yeah, and it kind of just makes it sort of makes sense because I grew up the way I grew up, but like I don't know, it annoys me.
Hoes with the game that I got sent to death row cause I wanted to make a grip and serving my rights and I'm still serving for mine. Peace to my motherfucking
Wait, where am I at? Death row.
homies doing time in the pen and the county jail. Mobbing with your blues on, mad as hell. And you're saying fuck the police and all the homies on the streets is all about peace. And it's driving the cops crazy, but ain't nothing but a black thing, baby. I'm not flagging, but I'm just sagging. I bet you don't wanna see the D-O-double-G. And you can't see the D-R to the E on my motherfucking homie D-O-C. You know you can't fuck with my motherfucking DJ, that's my homie and we call him Warren G. Yeah, and you don't stop. Doggy dog, break them down with the motherfucking dog pan. That's the only way we'll beat them, man. We gotta smoke them, then choke them like the motherfucking Peter, man. It's like 3 into the 2 and 2 into the 1 cell block 4 piece. Doggy dog's done.
I'm really I like Snoop Dogg, but I like his current affectation of the music that I've listened to lately. That from him, like when I was growing up, like as I said, like the one with Bruno Mars or whatever, and Wiz Khalifa. He doesn't sound like that, and listening to him being littered throughout this track list, and just fucking rapping his shit off, bro. I'm a lot more like I have Doggy Style on the classic albums list. I'm a lot more excited to listen to it now because Snoop Dogg fucking bangs hard.
Yo, now you know the path I'm on. You think you're strong? See if you could travel on. Cause only the weak will try to speak. Those who are quiet will always cause riots. There's 3 types of people in the world. Those who don't know what happened, those who wonder what happened, and people like us from the streets that make things happen.
Cannabis sativa. Or in the heart of LA known as the chronic. Not to be confused with the bionic. Even though it does cost $6 million, man. Understand? Now we working with some new improved shit on this track. Nevertheless, not no stress. Sucker ass niggas. So now we gonna move on and light a big fat one up for the world and hit this once or twice and you'll be twice as nice. Get it? This is the chronic. Last joint. Don't fuck with me, fool. Who got the dub sex? This shouting a motherfucker, man. You can take it or leave it, nigga. But I need a spliff right now.
Throw this shit up there, nigga.
And I don't want no stress, brother. Got to be the chronic. Know what I mean, nigga? Yeah, that's the chronic, that's the chronic, that's the bomb board. Now give me a motherfucking zigzag and we straight. Or better yet, a motherfucking blunt. A Philly blunt, that is. God damn, I'm fucked up. That shit ain't no joke. Ooh, shit. Nah, I don't want no more. I want shit. Just leave me alone. Just let me just chill out and listen to this shit.
This one I don't have as much appreciation for as like the other skits and the other songs, but I love this album so much. And this, I would argue, despite being 4 minutes long, is more an interlude and more of a skit than it is, and because it's an outro, it's more like that than a song. So it means that I can go unrated, so this album can still be fucking flawless, because who cares about this skit being a bit worse? I'm not gonna let that affect my ratings, because this album is so fucking good. That this is by far the most I've ever spoken about an album. I've ranted a lot. This is 2 hours and 10 minutes, and it's out like yeah. This is the most I've spoken about an album for sure.
Fuck. Damn. They put in this weed. That's why they call this shit chronic. I got the fire. I want the rum. I want the chronic. I got to get fucked up. Damn. Make my shit chronic. Before I take it off. Fucked up. Make my shit chronic. Crazy. Fucked up. Really? Make my shit the chronic. Really though. I got the fire. Nah, I'm cool in the motherfucker. That shit is crazy. I'm high. Damn. That nigga Dre serving. I'm ready to fuck some shit up now, baby.
No, you can come on and fuck me up.
Triple cheeseburger. Some fries. Some motherfucking couple sodas and shit. And hot apple turnover and all that old shit, nigga. I'm ready to get my munch on. That bud smell good in the motherfucker too. I don't want to hit no more of that old shit. That shit is nice to be fucked with. Nice to be fucked with. I'm high. Ooh, nigga, you passed that shit to somebody else. Nigga, I'm through for the night. Really though. Really though, nigga, let's go get some food. Let's get up out this motherfucker. No, nigga, don't be trying to pass me that shit, man. I told you, I'm cool. Oh, nothing.
I got another dub sack, nigga. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Lick on these nuts and suck the dick. Get the fuck out of the ya. Then I hops in my to make a quick run. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Lick on these nuts and suck the dick. Get the fuck out of the ya. Then I hops in my to make a quick run.
I used to know a bitch named Merrick Wright. We used to roll around and fuck the hoes at night. Typed in the motherfucker with the gangster beats. And we was ballin' on the motherfucking Compton streets. P. The shit got deep and it was on. Number one song after number one song. Long as my motherfucking pockets was fat. I didn't give a fuck where the bitch was at. But she was hanging with a white bitch doing the shit she do. Sucking on his dick just to get a buck or two. And the few ends she got didn't mean nothing. Now she's suing, cause shit that she be doing ain't shit. Bitch can't hang with the street, she found herself show. So now she taking me to court. It's real conversation for your ass. So recognize and pass the day.
Now as I'm rolling with my nigga Dre in Eastwood, fucking hoes clocking dough up to no good. We flip flop and serve hoes like flapjack. But we don't let him have it. And it's like that. This is what you look for in a hoe who got cash flow. You run up in them hoes and grab the cash and get your dash on. While you're chillin' with your homies and shit. And how my niggas kick the anthem like this. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Lick on these nuts and suck their dick. Get the fuck out of the ya. To the stove to get me a photo. Snoop Doggy Dogg page, there must mean more hoes. So I head down the streets to Long Beach just so I could meet a freak to lick me from my head to my feet. And I'm here now, I'm ready to be done up. Nothing but homies around, so I put my gun up. Bitches on my nuts like
clothes. But I'm from the pound and we don't love them hoes. How could you trust a hoe? Cause a hoe's a trick. I don't love them tricks. Cause a trick's a bitch and my dick's constantly in the mouth. Turning them trick ass hoes the fuck out now. I once had a bitch named Manny May. Used to be all in them guts like every day. The pussy was the bomb, had a nigga on sprung. I was in love like a motherfucker, licking the pearl tongue. The homies used to tell me that she wasn't no good, but I'm the maniac and black Mr. Snoop Eastwood. So I figured niggas wouldn't trip with mine. Guess what? Got dappled by one time. I'm back to the motherfucking county jail. 6 months on my chest, now it's time to bail. I get released on a hot sunny day. My nigga DOC and my homie Dr. Dre. Scoop in a coupe, Snoop, we got news. Your girl was tricking while you was draped in your county blues. I ain't been out a second. And already gotta do some motherfucking chin checking. Move up the blocks as we groove up the blocks. See my girl's house, Drake, past the Glock, kicking the dough. I live on the floor, it's my little cousin Daz and he fucking my hoe. Yo, I uncock my shit. I'm hard broke, but I'm still low, man, fuck a bitch.
Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Niggas on these nuts and such a dick. Get the fuck out of here. Tell them that I ups and I'm to make a quick run. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Niggas on these nuts and such a dick. Get the fuck out of here. Tell them that I ups and I'm to make a quick run. Bitches ain't shit, ain't shit, ain't shit. Bitches ain't shit, ain't shit.
Oh, this shit is so smooth. Like, but this shit sounds more timeless than any album from like. It's unbelievable. It's yeah. It's just an amazing fucking album. Also, that I saw on my what that looked like on my thing looked weird, but yeah, this is unbelievable. It's just it's the best rap album I've heard, I think. Yeah. I like My Beautiful Doctor Strange. I think I don't know, My Beautiful Doctor Strange is really good too, but I think it's better than it. I don't know. It's hard. I'd have to like re-listen to both of them a lot for me to discern between the two. But this is up, yeah. Whew. Whew. Amazing.
Bitches ain't shit. Cause I'm a business real. Motherfuckers need to step back. Hell yeah, they need to chill. Because I don't give a fuck. Bitches ain't shit. And I don't give a fuck. And I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And now I gotta do some shit that's clean. But when I'm on a dick, hell yeah, I get real mean. Like a washing machine, I can wash the clothes. All the hoes know that I'm on the flow. Oh, but they can't hang with my type of slang. I ain't trying to say I suck everything alike, but just a juicy ones with the tip of the tongue and then
See, like even we're talking about the things like even you could have issues with how sex and conquest, all that sort of stuff is being portrayed in this, but what we have objectively, we have some misogynistic lyrics, but then you have a flip side of a girl saying the same shit about a guy, and obviously understanding like intersectionality and all that sort of stuff. Like obviously you could easily make the argument that it is worse when a guy does it than when a girl does it back, even though that it's the same thing because the power that the guys have historically against women. But like it's it feels like a problem with society that more so than like if we're just talking about like theoretical, this is a problem with society, not necessarily with the art itself, because it is society's issue that like this part is more impactful than this part. But then also on the other token, like I think this is impactful for representation, that sort of thing, and like skirting the norms, gender norms and shit like that. It is very complicated. You could do a lot of like different types of analysis on it, but like this often gets left out. This stuff gets left out, and honestly, due to the fact a lot of the time people are like, oh, it's trashy, and that's why we don't like it. Like I remember I listened to some Shauna albums. No, I don't think many people would know Shauna, but Shauna was a part of the same label as Kanye back in like 2004. Had songs with Lil Wayne in 2004 and Ludacris and Twister and stuff. And I remember I went on Rate Your Music, right? And the reviews for her albums were low, and I was like, why? Because this stuff sounds really good. And the reviews were like, oh, she's too trashy and stuff like that. And it's like, bro, what are you like? Knowing my generation, like she was saying stuff less trashy, or at least it came off less trashy than like Megan Thee Stallion or like Cardi B's WAP and stuff. Which, by the way, I still don't even have an issue with those things, but it's just like crazy. And I think the different standards that we hold women to is the reason why. Is like a big contributor to the reason that like the lyrics above here might have a bigger impact than this. But I think we should push for a world where like art can display both. Um, but in the current moment, we don't prop up this because of I don't know some negative impacts. It's like complicated. It's a complicated thing, but like I like that this representation exists because um, in a vacuum, it is not inherently awful to have this. It is just um, it leads to some bad outcomes in society due to the fact of like I don't know objectifying women or whatever. But like I don't know. I feel like representation wise, we should think more about this. Who is it? Jewel? Like we should. I don't know. I've harped on this, and I feel like I've harped on this, and I was more eloquent before, but I think this is important. Um, and it doesn't get talked about enough. Even though there's like obviously counterpoints, and we could have a discussion about it, and it's complicated, but I think it's important.
And with a nut hump.
Bitches ain't shit.
Like bitches ain't shit, and there's a verse with the girl saying the exact same stuff backwards, and it's not like pick me. It doesn't feel like pick me or anything like that. So like, it makes it more jovial. It makes it more palatable. Even if you could have like some like analysis that is still bad or something. I don't know. Anyway, I fucking love this album. It's my longest reaction I've ever done. Not even close. It's 2.5 hours. Um, this is an amazing album. Probably the best rap album I've heard. So yeah. Um, thank you for watching. Love you all. I hope I wasn't too annoying with the political stuff. And if there is stuff you disagree with that I said, I'm happy to have a calm discussion about it, even though I obviously feel passionate about the stuff I was talking about. I don't want to get into a shit fleeing contest. We love this art. We love we have that in common. So I hope that provides enough charity for me to be educated, and instead of I guess like scolded or something. I don't know. But I'll handle any of the disagreements with grace, or hope so. My current self will. In my future, I don't know, maybe I'll be testy that day or something, but I'll try and keep to it. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you for watching.